Hi there, I am Lindsay with Off the Beaten Hook, and in this lesson, we're going to go over exactly what crochet supplies you actually need as a beginner. This lesson is part of my Learn to Crochet series where we're building our crochet skills step by step from the very beginning all the way through making your first crochet projects and beyond. So if you're just joining us, you'll find the complete series linked in the lesson notes. One of the biggest mistakes new crocheters make is buying too many tools before they even learn the basics. So I'm going to keep this list very simple and focused on what you actually need to get started. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to buy, what to avoid wasting your money on, and what will actually help you learn crochet comfortably. All right, so there are 5 supplies you will need to get you started. And the first one is, of course, yarn. This is your most important supply. This is what is going to make your crochet. So for beginners, I recommend starting with a medium weight yarn. This is called worsted weight, and you'll also hear it referred to as size 4, and you will see that on your yarn label. You want something that is easy to see and not too slippery or fuzzy. So I'll show you a couple options of fuzzy yarn. This yarn is super fun and eventually you will have a lot of fun with it, but right now this kind of yarn is your worst nightmare. Wait until you are really comfortable with recognizing and even feeling your stitches before you try these. Stick with a lighter, solid colored yarn so you can clearly see your stitches as you are learning. Next is your crochet hook. A great beginner size is usually anywhere between 5mm, 5.5mm, or 6mm. You don't need anything fancy, just something comfortable that fits well in your hand. The most common ones you'll see here are the ones with these ergonomic grips, but you'll also just see these more basic aluminum crochet hooks. And even though I use these ergonomic grip handle ones now, I started with these kinds of hooks and used them for at least a couple of years before I switched to the ergonomic ones, and these were going to work just fine for you. Next thing you'll need is a simple pair of scissors for cutting yarn. Nothing special here, just something sharp enough to cleanly cut your yarn. You will want them sharp or it can get frustrating to snip that yarn nice and cleanly. My 2 favorite styles are these scissor snips. I love them because you can just pick them up. You don't have to thread your fingers, just like grab and snip. And then just something small, like little sewing scissors, because then you can keep them. They're mobile. They're easier than just like a big household pair of scissors. But even that, if that's all you have for now, is completely fine. The next thing you'll need is a yarn needle. These are also called tapestry needles, and these are used to finish your projects by weaving in those ends when you are done. These usually have a large eye, so you can thread your yarn easily through there. And based on the weight of the yarn you're using, these needles come in all different sizes. Some are metal, some are plastic, some have these bent tips on the top. Those ones are actually my favorite, and some are just straight. They come in all different sizes and materials. Since we're just starting with worsted weight yarn, one of these smaller needles is going to work just fine. Finally, you will need some stitch markers. Now, technically, these are optional, but if you do not have actual stitch markers, you're going to want something that can act like a stitch marker. Now, there are 2 different kinds of stitch markers. You have these kind here that are locking, and they work just like a safety pin. And then you have these ones that do not lock. They'll both work completely fine. These ones just come out a lot easier. These ones you want to use when you want to be absolutely sure that your stitch marker won't fall out of your project. But these help you keep track of stitches, rows, and the beginning of rounds and rows so you don't lose your place while you're learning. So we'll be using these a lot throughout this course. If you want to pick just one, I would definitely recommend getting the locking kind because, again, these will lock your stitch right into place and they will not fall out. Also, if you do not want to buy stitch markers, you can get creative. You can use anything from like bobby pins. You can even use just a little scrap piece of yarn that you can pull through your stitch. You can use an earring. You can use a safety pin. There's lots of different things you can find right around your house that you don't actually have to go out and buy these if you don't have any yet. Now let's talk about what you don't need. You do not need expensive yarn, specialty hooks, full crochet kits, or large tool sets to begin learning. You also don't need blocking mats. You don't need fancy organizers or multiple hook sizes right away. Those things will be helpful later, but in the beginning, they just create clutter and overwhelm. So for now, keeping things simple will actually help you learn faster because you'll be focused on practicing stitches instead of managing all of your tools. So if you're unsure exactly what to buy, here is a simple beginner setup that works for almost everyone. 1 skein of light colored worsted weight yarn, a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook, a pair of scissors, stitch markers, and a yarn needle. That is literally all you need to start learning the basics from the next lesson onward. In today's lesson, you learned the basic supplies you need to start crocheting, what tools are optional, and what you can completely skip as a beginner. If you're ready to go ahead and gather those supplies we talked about. And in the next couple lessons, we're going to talk a little bit more about yarn and crochet hooks. So if you're not quite ready to buy anything yet, that's completely fine. You can still move on to that next lesson and then revisit this list of beginner supplies later.